So, guys, with our quiz this Friday, I wanted to kind of split up this review, which we're going to be on today, into two parts. Part one is what we're going to be doing today, which hopefully when you're watching this today is Wednesday. So today we're going to be reminding ourselves, reviewing how to find slope, creating slope-intercept, creating point-slope form, and transitioning forms. And these three in particular, really all of them, are going to be crucial. Really 4 out of the 6 things we're going to see on our quiz on Friday, which our quiz is going to be mostly focused on the back half of the chapter. So let's start off with part 1 here. Let's see about finding slope. So slope is just recognizing that we've got a rate of change, and we call it the change in y. So I'll write this over here. We know slope is the change in y over the change in x. In other words, the formula we use, if they ask you to find the slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And reminder, if you need to know where we get these x1s, y1s, x2s, y2s, those come from our coordinates. Coordinates are made up of an x and a y, x1, y1, x2, y2. And so we use our slope formula, m equals y2, 5, minus y1, 4, over x2, 6, minus x1, 9. When we work that out, we get 5 minus 4 is 1, and 6 minus 9 is negative 3. And you guys know me. You know I like to write this with a negative brought up top. Because if we're going to do rise over run, we like to go down 1, then right 3. You don't want to have to go up 1, then left 3. We have to go left to right. All right? So that's a little reminder on how to find slope. Now, number 2. Let me adjust this. We want to be able to deal with these 3 forms, starting with slope-intercept. That's what we're going to see down here. So remember, slope-intercept form, it requires us to have 2 things, our slope and our y-intercept. So we know m is our slope, but b is going to be our y-intercept because our equation is y equals mx plus b for slope-intercept form. And remember, a y-intercept, that's where your line hits the y-axis. It's the point where the line hits y-axis. If you need a reminder as to what y-intercept is, there's your reminder. So check out what they give us down here, guys. They give us that we want to write an equation in slope-intercept form. When they've given us the slope and the y-intercept, well, that's nice. Here's m, here's b. So y equals mx, m is 4 over 5, x plus b. Ooh, b's 9, negative 9. That's okay. So instead of plus 9, we'll go minus 9. And that is all there is to it, guys. Try number 2 for me. See what you get. Well, y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. All right. So, hey, we've already knocked out page 1. Let's go ahead and jump to the back page, which is going to get us a little bit more involved with some of the heavier stuff here, including right away. Check this out. This is where things get interesting. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. So y equals mx plus b for a line that passes through these points. Okay, here's the thing. A lot of times when they give us a problem like this, we're not going to be given b. Because remember, b is 0 and a number. But I'm not going to lie to you, we get kind of lucky here. Check it out. They actually gave us the y-intercept. Now, they won't normally do that. Normally, you will get two random points. But if we recognize, hey, that's really the y-intercept, then we can kind of cheat a little bit and not have to do as much work. But what do we still need? We have b, but we don't have m yet. We need to find our slope. Oh, and they gave us 2 points, x1, y1, x2, y2. So to find the slope, we do a little change in y over change in x. So 4 minus 5, y2 minus y1, over x2 minus x1. So what do we get for our slope here? Well, 4 minus 5 is negative 1, over 0 minus 3 is negative 3. Ooh, a negative divided by a negative? We know that's going to be a positive. So you've got your slope, you've got your y-intercept, we've got everything we need for slope-intercept form. Y equals 1/3 x plus 4. You get a line that looks something like that, pretty gradual uphill line. And we know it's got the point, actually it's got 2 different points. It's got the point 0, 4. And it's got the point 3, 5 on it. Or, whoop, I'm sorry. It's got the point, there we go, 3, 5 on it. Oops, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on there? Yeah, we know it's got those 2 points, and it's a gradual uphill line. Okay, now let's transition to one of my favorite forms, point-slope form. This form is very useful. Y minus y1 equals m times parentheses x minus x1. So this form is great to give us an equation as long as you have a point, which we call x1, y1, and your slope. If they give you both those things, you just plug them in. There's 3 things here, the m, the x1, and the y1. So let's just get a quick reminder here, some practice. So number 4, they give you 4 and 5. Oh, that's x1 and y1, and there's m. So when we go to graph this, or not graph it, when we go to write our equation, we've got y minus y1, which is 5, equals our slope, 1/2, parentheses x minus x1. In this case, that's 4. So what I'm going to let you guys do, then that's all there is to it. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. What I'm going to let you guys do is I'm going to let you guys try number 5, number 6, and number 7. And I'm going to be curious to see if you guys remember what we do with the double negatives here. So go ahead, guys, give me your best shot on 5, 6, and 7. All right. Let's see how you guys did here. So we see that, negative here. So y minus y1 is what it normally is, but it's y minus a negative 5, which really becomes y plus 5 equals 1/2 x minus 4. Same thing happens with x1 here. Y minus 5 equals 1/2 x plus 4, because we've got x minus negative 4, which we know is really a plus 4. And then finally, it happens for both here. Negative, negative, so y plus 5, because that's y minus negative 5, equals 1/2 x minus negative 4, which is really plus 4. Okay. And then the last form, guys, we've talked about slope-intercept. We've talked about point-slope. Now, let's mention standard form again. So standard form, ax plus by equals c. Big thing here is a, b, and c. These are just numbers. So 3x plus 7y equals 15. A, b, and c are just numbers, but here's the thing. X is on the left. It's the only form where x is on the left. We see it's actually in front of y, and a and b cannot be fractions or decimals. So big things here. A and B cannot be fractions or decimals. X is on the left. A, B, and C are numbers. So check it out. That's standard form. And these are the principles with it. Look what we have here, guys. This is written right now in slope-intercept. So to go from slope-intercept to standard is really just one step, two at the most. Step one, move x to the left. So right now, negative 5x, this is on the right side. So how do we move it over? Oh, we add 5x to both sides. So that cancels that out. You add 5x over, it goes out front. 5x plus, because that's a positive, y equals, the only thing left on the right side is 9. And check it out. A is 5. B, we don't see a number there. We assume there's a 1. Y equals, C is 9. A, B, and C are really numbers. X is on the left. A and B are not fractions or decimals. Yep. So you got it, guys. So try number 9 for me. I want to see what you guys can get, and if you get stuck on a section, that's okay. Try number 9 for me. Okay. So subtract 1/2 x from both sides. You get negative 1/2 x plus y equals, the only thing left on the right side is 9. Now here's the problem. A right now is a fraction. B is 1, we're good with that. And C is 9, we don't care what C is. C could be anything. But A cannot be a fraction or decimal. So whereas step 1, we've done, move x to left. Here's where step 2 comes in. Multiply by denominator. If you have a fraction, this is the only time we use step 2, if a fraction. And we definitely have a fraction here. So what's our denominator? That'd be 2. So we're going to multiply by 2. Now the problem is you can't just multiply this. You got to multiply this and this. That 2 goes to everything. So fun fact, let's do the easy ones first. We know 2 times y, 2y, 2 times 9, 18. How about this, though? If you multiply a whole number to a fraction, and that whole number is the same as the denominator, they cancel out. So what are you left with for x? Oh, well, that'll be negative 1x. So 2 times negative 1/2 is really negative 1. Another way to think about that is 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. And hey, A is negative 1, B is 2, C is 18. That all checks out. So we've got standard form. All right, let's put it all together, guys. This whole section on this page all comes together on number 10. This is a great one. We're going to focus on standard form. So we know that's what we're shooting for, but we can't start. We can't start with that. You can't start with standard form. They just don't. You're never going to be given enough information to start with it. Instead, what are we given? We're going to write an equation of a line that passes through a point, x1, y1, and has a slope m of 3. So they gave us a point and a slope. I'm thinking, guys, you thinking maybe point slope form? It's kind of what I'm thinking. If they give you a point and a slope, I think that's our starting point. So remember, point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That's still right there for you. So we've got y minus, y1's a negative 7. So really, that's plus 7 equals our slope, 3, parentheses, x minus, negative 2. That's really plus 2. So we've got point slope form here. Now we want to go to standard form. That's going to require us to do some simplifying. So step 1, distribute. Let's go ahead and start simplifying a little bit. So 3 times x, 3 times 2. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay? Step 2, get y alone. We need that 7 to be over here because we know standard form is going to have just a regular number by itself on the right side. So we need to combine these regular numbers together on the right side. So if it's y plus 7, I'm going to subtract 7. So y equals 3x. 6 minus 7 will be negative 1. And check it out, guys. What form did we just create? This is slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. We just created slope-intercept form, but that's not what we want. We want standard form. So do you remember our steps? If you have slope-intercept and you want to go to standard form, we need to move x to the left. So check it out. There's x. It's 3x right now. So step 3, move x to the left. So if that's a positive 3x, let's subtract 3x. So negative 3x will go out front. Right, it gets moved out front. That's plus y. And then we still got equals negative 1 chilling there. So A is negative 3, B is 1 in front of the y, and C is negative 1. No fractions. We got it. Man, that was a tough one. That's going to be the toughest problem we do today. Great job, guys, on that one. Fantastic. All right, let's finish up with 2 quick ones now. We're just going to write an example of an equation that has no slope and 0 slope. And let's be specific here. No slope means undefined. You may see it written like that. 0 slope means literally it has a slope of 0. What kind of lines give us these? How about an undefined line? What kind of line has an undefined slope? That's a vertical line. And what kind of line gives us a 0 slope? That's a horizontal. Okay. So we need an equation. If you have a vertical line, what axis is it going to be going through? What never changes? The x never changes. 2, 1, 2, 0, 2, negative 2. X equals 2 will be a vertical line that gives us that right there where we're going through 2. The x never changes. So x equals a number. There we go. That's an example. How about over here? Instead of x equals a number, if you have a horizontal line, we know that is maybe 0, 3. This would be 2, 3, and then that could be 4, 3. You notice how the y never changes? Y equals 3 would be an example of a horizontal line like that. Or y equals any number could work. And so, guys, we're going to stop there. Great job on these. Fantastic work. And we'll do part 2 tomorrow, remember? Part 2 tomorrow. Quiz Friday. I'll be talking to you guys soon.